say I'm too skinny, say I'm too flat, but still I'm gonna let my light shine. Oh, they can have their own opinion, I got mine. 'Cause I ain't hurting anybody, not in any way. Yes, I'm always careful about the things I say, 'cause I know it will come back to me in time. It's called the law of attraction. You can have your own opinion, I got mine. We got a right to be different, sure as I stand before you now. We're all the same on the inside, doesn't matter anyhow. Okay, hope you guys are enjoying yourself in this COVID environment and presentation. We were originally slated to play for Eat to the Beat for Southfield, and we've really enjoyed being honored to play, but worked out that we are doing this special presentation. And this song, The Best You Can, I'm thinking about what's going on with the protests and the COVID. People are losing their jobs, 40 million unemployed. The world is in turmoil. And sometimes it's not what happens to you, it's what you do with what happens to you and how you interpret it. And that's not always easy. But that's what this song is about, doing the best that you can. Thank you again for watching, and do the best you can. Except the meaning you give it. Gonna change till you make it and you live it. Prisoners here, none other taking. Gonna learn that life is for making love. On their face, bending their gods, killing their own human race. Some think there's not enough love to go around. Gonna learn that life is everywhere to be found. There's a bird soaring over a mountain, a moon shining light in the dark. In the spring the flowers come. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Look around now, the lay of your land. Shape of your thinking is your present hand. No need to worry when you realize the plan. Life is for loving, do the best that you can. Nothing has meaning except the meaning you get back. Ain't gonna change till you make it and you live there. Imagine your future, realize your plan. Life is for loving, do the best that you can. Let your love light shine, do the best that you can. Open up your eyes, do the best that you can. Let your love light shine, do the best that you can.
Good morning.
Good evening.
Good afternoon.
Good night.
Wherever your mind is at, we want to just welcome you to Road to Home.
Welcome, everybody, to the 2021 Road to Home event, raising funds to support SOS Community Services. I'm Ricky EVOE.
I'm Jerry Kozak.
Together, we own the Ann Arbor T-shirt company and are proud to be the co-chairs of this year's event committee.
Now, as much fun as it is hanging out here inside of your phone or your tablet or your Wi-Fi enabled microwave, whatever you're watching it on, we would all much rather be together in person. But for an event that at its core is about people in the community looking out for one another, it seemed a little thematically inappropriate for us to throw a big party when the Delta variant might show up. So here we are.
So let's do this Road to Home virtually just one more time and all agree to have an absolute blowout event in 2022. We hope that you have just picked up some delicious food from Simply Scrumptious Catering from our volunteers at Ceci Lincoln and are ready to enjoy some performances from Ann Arbor's very own Laith Al-Sadi.
Well, do you ever think of me now?
Kai Five Loops. And Aaron Zindel.
We're also going to take you inside of SOS Community Services to see where your donations have gone. 2021 has only continued the extraordinary demands of 2020 for groceries and rental assistance and various other resources. SOS has been on the front lines for all of it, and we want you to see what they've been up to. We would be remiss in our duties as chairs if we didn't take every opportunity tonight to keep this fundraising train rolling. So we'd like to remind you that you can make a donation right now to end homelessness and hunger in Washtenaw County by texting 56651. That's 56651, or visiting soscs.org. And if you didn't get that, we're only going to say it about 100 more times tonight.
We also want to direct you to our auction. It's open until 9 p.m. tonight, and it's available at sos.cbo.io. Again, that is sos.cbo.io. Here you can bid on our bowls and some experiences from our gracious donors. But first, let's kick this off with a performance by Aaron Zindel, joining us from the National Touring Band, Aaron Zindel and the Ragbirds.
Bartender's been tipped, the money bag's been zipped, all the beers that will be spilled are already on the floor. The drunks have paid their tabs, their cables have been wrapped, those who danced are smoking now outside the door. Pack away the microphones, the lonely have gone home alone. The spotlight has no more shadows to throw, it's time to go. 'Cause the show is over, what do we have to show? We're still living on 4 wheels with nowhere to go. I can't help but think you've had too much to drink, and I've only sung half of what I should have said. Let's get out of the way, let the brooms sweep away the day. See if some kind stranger has an extra bed. Pack away the microphones, the lonely have gone home alone. Spotlight has no more shadows to throw, it's time to go. 'Cause the show is over, what do we have to show? We're still living on 4 wheels with nowhere to go. Pack away the microphones, the lonely have gone home alone. Spotlight has no more shadows to throw, it's time to go. 'Cause the show is over, what do we have to show we're still living on 4 wheels. With nowhere, we're living on 4 wheels. With nowhere, we're living on 4 wheels. With nowhere to go. Thank you so much for listening. It's wonderful to be here and to be a part of this event. I'm so happy to hear about the good things that SOS is doing, and really so glad to be able to share my music here to support that effort. And thank you all for being here to support that effort as well. I'd like to open my show with that song, which is called The Show Is Over, because it always seems to me like the best way to start. Nothing can go wrong after that, I suppose. I'm going to play one more song for you. This one's a brand new one. It's what's been keeping me going. It's a song called The Songs Keep Coming. I told my songs to go away. Said nobody needs you, there are too many of you and no one will hear your quiet message in all this noise. Songs keep coming, they don't give up so easily. Songs keep coming with words of hope for me. I told my songs I wasn't good enough. I said, find someone better who can sing you to the top of the world, where you deserve to be. But the songs keep coming, they don't give up so easily. The songs keep coming with words of love for me. Stop these songs. Somebody needs them, even if it's just me and nobody else can sing my story. Songs keep coming, they don't give up so easily. Songs keep coming, they seem to have a plan for me. Songs keep coming, and I hope they don't give up on me. Songs keep coming with words of hope for me.
That was amazing. Thank you, Aaron, so much for your support here. We also want to take this opportunity to thank this year's Golden Jubilee Bowl sponsors, which begins somewhat nepotistically, but alphabetically with us,
alphabetically.
the Ann Arbor T-shirt company.
Very good job, Jer.
You too, Rick. Moving on alphabetically, the Bank of Ann Arbor, Ceci Lincoln, Debbie and Mike Tirico, Ambassador Ronald Weiser, and in a surprise gift that is almost difficult to put into words, Jeffrey Capo and the Victory Automotive renewed their $100,000 gift from last year. So the second year in a row they've done that, and it's just mind-bogglingly large. So thank you so much. You almost single-handedly made this event again.
And now I'd like to invite you for a fresh look at SOS Community Services through the eyes of Jordan, a young volunteer who has joined us this year.
So my name is Jordan Jackson. I am a volunteer, yes. Before COVID, I was in school, but I was also working a lot. And then after COVID, we weren't getting enough business. There was no longer a need for my services during that period. So I ended up getting laid off, and that really allowed me to refocus and kind of think about what I really wanted to do with my life. So I ended up with just a lot of free time on my hands, and I wanted to see how I could help out anyone who was struggling. Being laid off, I was lucky enough to have a good enough support system around me. For others who, may be in tighter situations, SOS has really come in handy for them and really been a lifesaver, so that's one less thing that they have to worry about for the month. If they can make rent or are able to get food from SOS, I'm sure that truly helps out. Volunteering has definitely kind of changed my thinking as a college student. I guess going into school, I've never considered myself a selfish person, but I was kind of laser focused on, like, I got to do school and I have to have a job, and that's kind of what I was focused on. And volunteering really opened my eyes to see that there are other people who need help, and if I have the time and I'm able to do it, it's very rewarding to do that.
That you helped at SOS that really stands out in your memory?
Really stands out in my memory. It would have to be the guy that I knew from soccer, because he was surprisingly happy to see me there, and he was so thankful for the food that we were able to provide. And I believe I only saw him for 1 or 2 weeks, so maybe it was he got laid off for a week or two and wasn't able to provide for his family, and we were able to fill in that gap for him. And he's just one who really stood out because he was so grateful for the food that he was able to receive. It's a great feeling just to know that you're able to help out in a community where I've grown up in. I've lived in Ypsi my whole life. I graduated from Eastern Michigan University, and I've done volunteering here and there, but this has probably been the most consistent volunteering I've done. And it just kind of feels good to know that you're making a difference in people's lives and spreading love, to be honest. Just knowing that you can hopefully brighten somebody else's day, and they may be in a dark place, but being able to provide that small bit of light, I feel like can really help people to keep going, and really opens up your eyes to that the world needs help. If you're able to help other people, I think you should do it.
Jordan, thank you so much for sharing your experience with us. I think Jordan bumping into a teammate at the food pantry unexpectedly kind of drives home that none of us know what life is going to throw at us. That's why it's so important that we as a community collectively invest in a safety net, because you never know when it's going to be your turn.
And thank all of you for sticking with us for the 2021 SOS Road to Home. We're still fundraising, and you can still contribute. And you can do so by texting 56651 or by visiting soscs.org. And our auction is still open until 9 p.m. at sos.cbo.io. And while you're donating and auctioning, let's drop in on a performance by Ann Arbor's own Kai 5 Loops.
Hey, I'm Kai 5, happy to be here doing this benefit for SOS. Going to do a few live looping songs for you. Here we go. This one is called Hallelujah. Let loose, let loose, let loose, let loose, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
be your angel. I'll do my best. See, I really wanna be your angel. I'll do my my aim's to ease your soul, help you regain control, pick up your feet and move the way you've wanted. I really wanna be your angel. I'll do my best. See, I really wanna be your angel. I'll do my best. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. When I see your full smile, it makes it all worthwhile, and I am smiling too. We both sing hallelujah. I really wanna be your angel. I'll do my best. See, I really wanna be your angel. I'll do my best. I'll do my. I really wanna be your angel. Hallelujah. I'll do my best. Hallelujah. 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 I really wanna be your angel. Hallelujah. I'll do my best. Hallelujah.
Again, it's such a privilege to be able to be here supporting such an important cause in these really uncertain, shaky times for people. And we really want to be able to help each other and find organizations that are willing to give their time and energy to help people, specifically find housing. And I'm very grateful to be any sort of part of that. So we thank you for your support of SOS and the great work that they do. So thank you. I'm Kai 5. I have one more song for you. This one is called Sunny Days. Hope you enjoy it.
Sunny days, sunny days. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Sunny days, sunny days. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Give me 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 sunny days, sunny days. Give me more days like this one, days soaked in fun. Don't need no shelter for 12 hours or so. I got a piece of heaven, feels like I won. The shine is flowing, so ready, let's go. Give me sunny days, sunny days. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Give me sunny dancing in them pouring rains. I left my worries indoors, I sat them down and said you won't get me today. I made a promise to the sun. We both agreed to rest at night. And while she sees me having fun, she'll let me glow in all her light. Sunny days, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Give me sunny days, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Give me sunny days, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Give me sunny days, ooh-wee, ooh-wee.
Thanks so much.
Jerry, can you beatbox like that? Well, it's clear now why we're not doing that portion of the show.
I'm pretty sure that's pretty good.
Anyways, Kai 5 Loops, thank you very much for your support. That was amazing. Because of you, we can hear less of that.
Yeah, that's good.
Anyways, now I want to invite you to meet a recent beneficiary of SOS named Logene Darby. He'll explain how his discharge process from being formerly incarcerated often sets him and other people up for failure, and how SOS's intervention can help ensure a successful transition back into the community.
My name is Logene Darby. When I got out of prison, they had gave me a brochure, and it had all the resources for Washtenaw County on here. So I ended up calling, and they ended up telling me to come down here and get food, cosmetics, toilet paper, and then I ended up getting in touch with Emily that worked here, and she gave me all types of resources for housing and helped me out. When you get out of prison, it's hard to get a apartment or get somebody to rent to you with felonies. You know, it's like being one step away from homelessness. Yeah, I had to go to AA because I was getting so stressed out. I had started drinking, so I ended up going to AA, and I quit drinking because even though when you drink, when you're stressed out, when you come down off your little buzz, the problem is still there, so it's a waste of time. Like a lot of the guys that came home the same day as I came home, they didn't return to prison or probably selling drugs or something trying to make it. People close the door in your face and stuff like that all the time. I done stood in so many lines and stuff like that trying to get help. No, it's not easy at all. But if a guy get out and you want to do right and pay bills and stuff like that right there, you know, you can do it. You know, it's not going to be easy. Ain't nothing going to be easy in life. You know, if you want it, you got to get out there and get it. That's the secret. You got to keep trying, you know, keep knocking on doors. You got to be motivated and, you know, just your main goal is to focus on staying out in the free world. I found a job, I bought a car, I got a place. Oh, it's worth it. It's worth it. Like when I leave here, I'm going to Dairy Queen and get me some ice cream. If it wasn't for places like this right here, ain't no telling where I would be at. And y'all help so many people because every time I go by here, I be seeing them passing food out and stuff like that. With COVID being here, it's so many people right in this area right here, you know, they got a choice, either pay the bills or buy food, you know. So if it wasn't for places like this right here, it'd be a lot of older people and children and stuff like that going hungry. Yeah, I just want to say thank you for helping me and helping the people of the community.
Thank you, Logene, for sharing that with us. You know, I think we all want a criminal justice system where our neighbors can pay their debt, learn from it, and rejoin us to make a positive contribution to the community. We need to recognize that transition is really hard, and the men and women who are making it are in a very fragile space. They need every helping hand they can get. And SOS is one of the major players in our community doing just that.
At this time, we'd like to thank our Power Bowl sponsors for helping make that possible. This year's Power Bowl sponsors are Evangelista and Associates, Martin Family Foundation, Old National Bank, David Sarnes and Agnes Moy Sarnes, Verizon Foundation, Zingerman's Community of Businesses. And don't forget, there is still time to donate by texting 56651 or by visiting soscs.org. And don't forget the auction's open until 9 p.m. tonight at sos.cbo.io.
You're getting pretty good at that.
I'm getting good.
You know, we all know that the pandemic has it's not been equal in its cruelty, and unfortunately, SOS has never been needed more than it has been in the last 18 months. So now we want to go to SOS Executive Director Rhonda Weathers for an update on how SOS has specifically stepped up in the last year.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Weathers, Executive Director of SOS Community Services. Thank you so much for joining us from home tonight for SOS's annual Road to Home event 2021. I'm very excited about the program that we have to share with you tonight. I know that many of you are longtime supporters of our agency, and this year is even more important as we continue our struggles to meet the need for valuable services throughout the pandemic. The pandemic continues to negatively impact our economy and our workforce, and for families that depend on SOS for help with housing and food, we must continue to work to stave off a massive eviction crisis that could result in record numbers of people becoming homeless. Thanks to an outpouring of support from you and so many others, SOS has been able to increase all of its services to meet the increased needs during the pandemic for emergency food, housing, and family support. With your help, we have provided food to more than 17,000 people during the pandemic and housing to 276 people. 2/3 of them were children. We know the economic recovery will take a while still. Your continued support is critical and a lifeline for families and children who are struggling most to survive right now. I would like to invite everyone watching to make a gift tonight by logging into ClickBid or texting SOS to 56651 to donate. I'd also like to thank our event committee this year and Jerry Kozak and Ricky Winowicki for chairing Road to Home. This is a difficult time for you and many others. Thank you for taking a leadership role to prevent and end homelessness and hunger for families in our community, even as you work to navigate the challenges of living and working during a pandemic yourselves. It inspires me to see the way that you and so many other community leaders have continued to focus on helping others, even as you face new difficulties every day. I want to thank Jerry and Ricky and all of you at home. This has been a wonderfully successful event. Together, we can make a difference. Thank you for helping to end family homelessness in Washtenaw County. Thank you for tuning in tonight, and we hope that you enjoy the musical performances that will come. We hope that you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Rhonda. 17,000 people, that's almost 5% of the county, and it's a third to a half of our residents who are living below the poverty line. So this is an incredible reach for SOS. Another area that SOS has been very successful in this year is in the area of rental assistance. Congress has passed billions of dollars in rental assistance to help Americans who have fallen behind on their rent over a series of bills. The problem has been that it's much easier to pass a bill than it actually is to get the money out of the U.S. Treasury to where it actually needs to go. SOS has been uniquely successful working with the state of Michigan to secure $2.2 million for Washtenaw residents. As a donor, it's always nice to give money somewhere, but it's even nicer to know that it's going to a competent organization that can take your small gift and parlay it into that kind of extra funds for the organization. So very, very big congrats to Rhonda and her team for making that happen.
Jerry, you ever sneak out as an undergrad and find yourself at a local bar, maybe live, seeing a gentleman ripping a guitar way past closing time?
Vague memories.
I'm pretty excited right now because I don't know if you had done that, but I definitely did. And I never thought I'd be able to introduce this gentleman. And for our final performance tonight, we have a local legend. He's won America's Heart on The Voice, but he's never left Ann Arbor's. Please enjoy the incomparable, the man that needs no introduction in this neighborhood, Laith Al-Sadi.
I don't know how I can go on, dear. You broke my heart in two. I'm trying to keep myself together, but it's awful hard to do, yeah, yeah. I think of all the time I wasted believing that your love was true. And when the things got hard to handle, you did the easy thing to do. Now I sit here all alone, dear, just wondering how it all went down. I never thought that you would leave me like a dead man in the ground. Well, do you ever think of me now? You know my heart was pure and true. And when your days on earth are over, the devil's coming straight for you. I sit here all alone, dear, just wondering how it all went down, yeah, yeah. I never thought that you would leave me like a dead man in the ground. Well, do you ever think of me now? You know my heart was pure and true. And when your days on earth are over, the devil's coming straight for you. When your days on earth are over, the devil's coming straight for you. Called Like a Dead Man in the Ground. I recorded an album before COVID hit, and of course can't really put it out until I can start touring, but I'm going to do one more song for you this evening, and this is another cheery little number. This is called I Should Have Questioned Her Motivation. I should have questioned her motivation before the train left the station. And now I'm sitting here broken-hearted and alone. Well, Lord, I missed my chance, a sweet romance with the girl that's down in Texas now. And I fear I'm growing old all by myself. Oh, Lord, please come and save me, 'cause 'cause I've clearly lost my way. I traded my soul for a heart of fool's gold, and she left me again today. It seems every time life gets on track, well, she always knocks it out of whack. So still your thunder and rain on your parade. Should have questioned her motivation before the train, well, it left the station. And now I'm sitting here broken-hearted and alone. Well, Lord, I missed my chance, a sweet romance with the girl that's down in Texas now. And I fear I'm growing old all by myself. As she tries to turn back the hands of time, she loses control of a jealous mind, trying to make everyone just as miserable as she. Well, it's a losing battle that she won't realize, and a real true crime that in her sorrow she can ruin today just thinking about tomorrow. Should have questioned her motivation before the train, well, it left the station. And now I'm sitting here broken-hearted and alone. Well, Lord, I missed my chance, a sweet romance with the girl that's down in Texas now. And I fear I'm growing old all by myself. Lord, I fear I'm growing old all by myself. Thank you so much, y'all. Hope to see you out and about real soon, and thank you for supporting a great cause.
Well, that was incredible. Thank you so much, Laith, for sharing your music with us and your support of this year's event. If you're pondering any last-minute donations, you can do so by texting us at 56651 or visiting soscs.org. And if you would like to participate in our auction, it's still available until 9 p.m. at sos.cbo.io. And for our final SOS interview, we'd like to share the unique perspective of one of our interns, Miss Taylor Fisher.
My name is Taylor Fisher, and I heard of SOS years ago, actually. It was called SOS Crisis Center a while ago, and my mom actually used their rapid rehousing program It definitely helped her when she had fallen flat on her feet. She didn't have anywhere to go, you know, and she had 2 children with her. So I think that it helped her get back on her feet and have somewhere to stay and somewhere that she knew was safe during that time when she needed that. And she talks about it to this day, and she says that the people there were so kind to her and that it really, really helped her out. She is doing great now. She has 5 children. She's married. She works at the University of Michigan in an office of study abroad, and she's a great mom. So shout out to my mom. So she told me about SOS, and then years later, I heard about SummerWorks, and that's how I started interning at SOS. So SummerWorks is a program for youth through Michigan Works, which is located here in Ypsi, and it's kind of just for like professional development to get the youth ready for more professional jobs. Each week we would have sessions where we would do professional development, and we would log into Zoom, and we would just talk about different things that would prepare us for, you know, working in jobs that are professional environments. So we would talk about lots of different things like work ethic, initiative, just anything and everything that has to do with developing us to become professionals. I learned a lot about work ethic and how work ethic can look different for different people and to different people. And I learned what initiative meant. I didn't know what initiative meant, which was something that really helped me take initiative once I actually learned what it meant. And it basically just means, you know, starting something or, you know, doing something kind of without being told to, and just being a leader. And I always have thought of myself as a leader, so I learned how to kind of grow into that more. Sometimes I would notice that the other interns and some of the other volunteers would not want to do some of the harder tasks, or they would, you know, kind of, you know, sit back and wait a lot for other people to tell them to do tasks. So sometimes I would be the person to start out a task and kind of ask everyone around, you know, like, hey, would you want to help out? Or, hey, this needs to be done, you know, do you want to, you know, help me? And it was hard at first because I didn't want to be the person, you know, kind of bossing everyone around, but definitely once I started to do it more often and get used to it, it helped things get done faster and, you know, well. Well, the biggest challenge this summer has been COVID. So we definitely have had to work through that and work through how we can still service everyone and how we can do that safely, how we can do that well and still make sure everyone gets what they need. So it has been a little bit of a challenge with the curbside pickup and with the walk-ins, and you know, sometimes it gets really busy and sometimes it gets a little chaotic, but we've definitely worked through that with communication and with making sure that everything is running smoothly and, you know, keeping everything, you know, scheduled, everything tidy, neat, and we've definitely gotten through it. COVID has changed my life in so many ways. It's definitely shown me that tomorrow is not promised. It's shown me that you really have to tell people you love them while they're here, because there's been people in my family who, you know, have passed from COVID even, or who have gotten COVID and gotten really sick. So definitely it's shown me ways in my life that I can do more and that I can show people that I love them more. And it's just shown me myself in ways that I can improve and be a better person. And it's shown me, again, how much I love service and how I feel my best when I'm servicing other people and helping them and just putting a smile on someone's face. So anything that the consumers need is what we're here for, and to help them. They have hope. I think that coming here, they know that they have somewhere they can depend on in their time of need. They have somewhere where they can come and get food at any time. They have somewhere where they can come and come to the resource center and just, you know, get help with whatever they need. And I think that it's given them a sense of community to know that the people here care about them and want to help them. I think that community service is something that's really important to me, always has been. I've always, you know, looked at myself as someone who serves, and in my community, just in my life, other people, my family, friends. So I'm definitely going to use that moving forward, and I really would like to go into the social work field in my career later on. So I am studying at Rochester University, and I will be studying behavioral sciences, and I would love to continue that.
Thank you, Taylor, for sharing your experience with us. You know, we wanted to put Taylor here at the end of the program because, in a way, she embodies what SOS is all about. Her mom needed a hand. SOS was there to extend it. It got them back on their feet. And years later, Washtenaw County has a wonderful young woman on her way to college and already doing a lot of good in the community. You know, and that's why SOS is so important. It's not necessarily even about the amount of resources. It's about getting them where they are needed, when they are needed. You know, well-timed housing and grocery assistance at the moment a neighbor is actually in crisis makes all the difference in the world. It's the difference between somebody losing a job and spiraling into long-term unemployment. For their children, it is the difference between missing a week of school and dropping out. Homelessness and hunger are not open and shut one-off experiences. They can scar you and echo for a lifetime. And all of the good intentions and resources in the world don't amount to much if they're not there when they're needed. You know, think about a fire. Think about a forest fire. Once it's raging, it takes thousands of firefighters, tens of millions of dollars, and it still devastates the landscape, blackens the skies, ruins lives. But if one person had been there, the moment that the spark floated down into the pine needles with a bucket of water, you could have forestalled all of that. You could have completely changed the course of history. And that's how I view organizations like SOS. They're standing there with the bucket, and it is up to us to put some water in it.
That was the best way I think I've ever just heard this. I mean, Jerry, you're right. And it's amazing work that SOS is doing. And I think I speak for both of us when I say we couldn't be prouder to be involved. And we want to give a tremendous thanks to all of you who are making this happen, who are putting that water in that bucket, to all this year's donors, and anybody who wants to make one final donation push. If you're on the fence, if you know somebody, it's still possible. You can text us at 56651, or you can visit soscs.org and make a donation there.
Now, what if I'm interested in an auction, though?
Well, let me tell you about our auction, Jerry. It's available until 9 p.m. tonight.
Hey, I could still make that.
You can still make that, and you can still make that. And that is available at sos.cbo.io.
We want to give one final enormous thank you to tonight's event sponsors. We've collectively raised $270,000 so far. Another shout out to Victory Automotive for their $100,000 gift. It's hard to even put into words. With your donations and auction bids tonight, we are right on the cusp of breaking $300,000. It goes a very, very long way to end homelessness and hunger in the community.
And now we'd like to thank all of you for your support. It makes us very proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with all of you as we build a community where everyone can thrive, regardless of the hand they were dealt.
Good night.
Nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. There's nothing you can do, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. nothing you can make that can't be made. No one you can save that can't be saved. There's nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you in time. It's so easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Nothing you can know that isn't known. Nothing you can see that isn't shown. There's nowhere you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. It's so easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. Oh, yes. Love is all you need.
Coffee stains my shirt in the afternoon. The more I tense up, the more I waste the brew. I come home, bitter face, ice up my sleeve. She opens her mouth and I remember peace. She says, honey, you always look good to me. Your mess is cute. She lets me be an hour, get up at 3. TV's on, level whispering. Clench my eyes, I can't rest, I quit. A hand sneaks up on mine before she sits. She says, honey, you always look good too. Honey, you always look good too. Your eyes makes me be. Look good to me. Honey, you always 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 look good to me. Your eyes. Honey, you always look good to me. Your eyes. Honey, you always look good to me. Your eyes. Honey, you always look good to me. Your eyes. Honey, you always look good to me. Your eyes. Honey, you always look good to me. Your eyes. Look good to me, your eyes. Honey, you always look good to me. Ease your eyes, she lets me be. Ease my eyes, she sets me free.
sometimes it's not what happens to you, it's what you do with what happens to you and how you interpret it. And that's not always easy, but that's what this song is about, doing the best that you can. Thank you again for watching, and do the best you can.
Nothing has meaning except the meaning you give it. Gonna change till you make it and you live it. Prisoners here, none other taking. Gonna learn that life is for making love. Hurting people, lines on their face, bending their gods, killing their own human race. Some think there's not enough love to go around. Gonna learn that life is everywhere to be found. There's a bird soaring over a mountain, a moon shining light in the dark. A rising sun will warm the winds of winter. In the spring the flowers come. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Look around now, the lay of your land. Shape of your thinking is your present hand. No need to worry when you realize the plan. Life is for loving, do the best that you can. Nothing has meaning except the meaning you get that. Ain't gonna change till you make it and you live there. Imagine your future, realize your plan. Life is for loving, do the best that you can. Let your love light shine, do the best that you can. Open up your eyes, do the best that you can. Let your love light shine, do the best that you can. know that. Say I'm too skinny, say I'm too flat, but still I'm gonna let my light shine. Oh, they can have their own opinion, I got mine. 'Cause I ain't hurting anybody, not in any way. Yes, I'm always careful about the things I say, 'cause I know it will come back to me in time. It's called the law of attraction. You can have your own